Alright guys, I had to do this in different parts because storage ran out. So this is part 2. We are continuing on from the page that we left off on. We are still on chapter 10, I believe. So we are on page 143. Cassidy, stop. Alex, a junior, pleads to the boy. Cassidy keeps advancing, slower this time as his body shakes harder. Nat moves in front of the professor and blasts Cassidy back. He is propelled hard onto the floor into a roll. Cassidy is slow to get up. Natalie, move. Mr. Timothy and Mr. Hale rush past students and create a barrier between them and the students. They then start to advance, but the voice of Professor Rita yells out, "Stop!" Everyone freezes as her eyes open, and her hands glow a fiery orange. Cassidy screams and rips his shirt, revealing a tattoo glowing the same color as Professor Rita's hands. Her chants grow louder. Cassidy's eyes turn solid black, making everyone gasp. He drops to his knees and struggles to stand. What looks like a ghost comes out of Cassidy. "Get back," Mr. Hale turns and yells at the students. A few run away while others were either too shocked or felt protected behind the teachers. Both male teachers charge the figure that came out of Cassidy, but it quickly disappears. More teachers arrive and push their way through the throng of students left. They shoo all the students away and make them go straight to the cafeteria and wait for security to escort them to their dorms. This is insane. Another death on campus. Eleanor speaks while the rest of the table occupants are quiet. How did Professor Hollow know what Cassidy was going to do? Leslie leans forward, trying to get more information from Alex and Nat. They all look at them. Am I a mind reader? I don't know. Maybe being part banshee, she got a vision. Alex takes out a flask from her purse and drinks from it, not caring if she gets caught. There's no way for us to really know. What I want to know is why did Cassidy kill that girl? Nat ignores the arrival of Rachel, who rushes to Alex. Thea is a sweet girl, sweet, quiet girl. I'm shocked she would get herself mixed up in any dark rituals. Desperate for his love, she was too ignorant to see he was no longer himself. Arnold says while eating some candy. A chorus of what? Erupt before they realize they're bringing too much attention to themselves. How do you know any of that? Quentin whispers before anyone can ask. A couple weeks ago, I started getting random visions of tattoos like the one which were on Cassidy. Then earlier when Olivia and I were in the third floor boys' bathroom, I got a vision of Cassidy and Thea locking lips, then him in some creepy circle with others in black robes surrounding him. Then they all went to the events that just took place. Arnold responds so casually that they all either smack him or throw something at him. Are you insane? You saw all that and did nothing? Nat whispers harshly. Nat realizes that they are starting to get too much attention on them. Too many supernatural ears around. Miles and Quentin go distract the security guards by starting a fight. Quickly, Nat and her friends run out and don't stop until they are out the building. Nat leads them towards the dorms. She might want some privacy, but she doesn't want to get in trouble while everything's so tense already. Arnold, how the hell did you not say anything to anyone? You just let that girl die? Alex yells at Arnold as they put the building far behind them. Arnold looks confused and tries to stand closer to his girlfriend and away from Nat's wrath. He shuts, which makes Nat lunge forward, ready to yell again and smack his shiny bald head. Chill, Nat. How can you blame him for being too deep in all of this to think straight? Olivia steps in between Nat and Arnold and waves her hand over herself, emphasizing her words. Rachel rolls her eyes harder than Nat does. Good pussy on that. He didn't have to be so selfish and put my baby at risk. What if Alex got hurt, Olivia? What then? Rachel's words make Olivia's shoulders slump in defeat. If Alex was hurt, it would be hard for her to forgive Arnold. Guys, I saw everything. Meaning I saw that Alex and Nat were okay. I wouldn't let harm come to them. After everything we've been through, for you to think that it's fucked up. He rubs his head, shakes it, then proceeds to walk away from them. Oh, don't get your feelings hurt, man. Rachel is just being dramatic as always. Julian stops Arnold from walking away too far, tossing an arm around his shoulder. Apologies, Arnold. I just would have liked a heads up, so I wouldn't have even bothered running into all that mess. Alex sighs before smiling. Everyone except Nat continues walking back to the dorms. Really? That's it? So we're not going to care that someone body snaps Cassidy or that Arnold saw Thea being killed and it could have been avoided? Nat narrows her hands, throws her hands up, exhausted once again with her friend's lack of sensitivity. Okay. Moving on with 10 more pages. Chapter 15 and chapter 20. All right, let's get through this before this video cuts off like the first one did. Where's chapter 15? Oh, chapter 15. Okay. Hurry up, y'all. Get to chapter 15, page 227. Chapter 15. Nat relaxes in her headquarters. Let's do that again. Nat relaxes in her headquarters, trying to unwind after having to go to her boring fundraiser event in her mother's stead. The only good thing about the event was the lobster ravioli. She gets up from her chair and goes to the lab, seeing if the recent supply of her essence mixed with werewolf venom for Hamilton is finished. As she lines up the bullets, she'll soak in the enhanced venom. The sound of footsteps grabs her attention. Nat turns around and sees Keisha, Russell's cousin, and her teammate enter the room. Hello, Natalie. I thought I would stop by. Keisha comes over to the table Nat is at and runs her hands along the bullets laid out. Preparing for war? No, I'm not. Just some business. How are things going? Nat moves from the table, not wanting the vampire to bother with her things. She goes back to the front sitting area. Keisha sits on the sofa with Nat. Things are fine. Simone and I cleared out the mansion you wanted from the ghosts that were hanging around. And I even spent some time with Mark to buy and flip some real estate. During our conversations, I found out what his involvement is. The witches were easy to figure out, but Hamilton I still don't get. I don't like being in the dark. Nat rolls her eyes, tired of the same probing. It's simple. I supply him with things and he pays me. And he's not part of our alliance, so it matters not what my relationship with him is. All that should matter to you is what you get out of the alliance. And it seems you are enjoying the benefits just as much as everyone else. The vampire looks Nat over and takes an uncomfortable time to speak. You're right. I will try to contain my curiosity. She shifts her position, turning fully, bending her leg onto the couch. So she's facing Nat. With the arm propped on the back, she leans her head sideways. While I work on that, there's something I'm also having trouble containing. Hunger. Focusing on keeping her heart rate steady, Nat keeps eye contact with Keisha. There's some blood in the mini fridge over there. Keisha lifts her head from her hand and fully extends her arm on the back of the couch, causing her fingers to brush against Nat's fingers as they lift to indicate the direction of the fridge. Before Nat can say anything else, her phone rings. She turns away, reaching for her phone out her jean pocket, and noticed Hamilton's name on the screen. She quickly answers, hello? Loud gunshots make hearing Hamilton difficult. Hey partner, I need you right away. Is my order done? Nat jumps up and rushes back to the lab. It's ready. I'll be there in a minute. She ends the call and grabs 2 magazine holders already filled and drops them in the substance before putting them into their respective guns. Hey, why are you running off into the line of fire without backup? I heard the shots while you were on the phone. Keisha stands in front of Nat. Nat curses the advanced hearing and speed of vampires. Because that's what I do. I have people's back that have mine. Nat grabs her leather jacket and puts it on. Fine, but take your guards with you. The vampire's words do nothing to slow Nat down, and before she can finish talking, Nat had vanished from the room. Seconds later, Nat is in the middle of a street ducking bullets. She does not have enough time to see where she is before someone pulls her behind a car. Nat moves to attack and protect herself when she notices that Hamilton is the one who grabbed her. What the hell is going on? She yells as bullets rain on the car they're hiding behind. Just a little negotiation. Do you have the bullets? Nat hands the guns to him, then conjures up a fireball. Hamilton shoots at 2 vampires approaching, and they go down after 3 steps. Thanks, now leave. I can't have a witch helping me out. My family's control is already unbalanced. These fuckers wouldn't dare to have challenged my parents in such a way. Back to this purist shit again? Who cares what they think? I got your back. Nat scoffs and stands to attack, but is quickly pulled down again. My guys do not have this. Besides, don't you have a dance to get ready for? I remember the virtuous women going crazy getting ready for dances. He grins as she groans out. Well, since I don't have a date, I'd rather be here, but I'll leave. Call me later if you survive. Nat pats Hamilton on the back, then teleports back to school, wanting to avoid Keisha. As Nat walks past the front gates of Virtuous Academy, a car comes speeding behind her, trying to get in before the gates close. Nat knows the barrier around the school will stop the car and leave it completely smashed. She makes a quick decision out of pity and halts the car with her own magic instead. So both the driver and car are safe. 2 security guards rush the car, pointing their guns as if a demonic force was about to come out. However, what steps out the car is a tall young woman shaking in her leather boots. Hold up, I'm unarmed. I'm just in a hurry. I didn't mean to cause an alarm. The stranger keeps her hands up as the security guards demand to know who she is and why she's there. My name is Luna. I'm from the Lao Pack, and I'm visiting my pack member. Luna slowly puts her hands down as the guards put their guns down. Nat is shocked one of Eleanor's pack members is visiting when she knows there are still tensions after Eleanor gained her independence from the pack. I'll escort her, guys, she yells out as she steps closer to the guards. The werewolf looks surprised but nods in compliance. You'll have to leave your car, miss. We will park it in the visitor's lot after we inspect it for safety protocols. One of the guards takes out a tablet and asks for Luna's thumb. Then he proceeds to process her information as a new visitor, taking her ID and also taking a picture of her before wrapping up with giving her a name tag. Luna rushes over to Nat. Are they always so anal? Thanks for getting me in here. I need to hurry